Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lita Sri Vishakanitam Sri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Taptakanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamam Hari Priya Vancha Kalpadarabhyasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Mukam Karati Vachalam Pangam Langayate Yaprapatamam Vande Shrigarondanam Hare Krishna. Sorry, little late. Excuse me. So, we are actually now revisiting a couple of things of verse number 5, because that way it is easy to connect to the verse number 6. We already started 6 actually, but 5, I just want a couple of points in 5. That way we'll go back to 6. We are talking about, right, these 6. The 6 enemies. I'm traveling on the path of bhakti, and very soon I'll be reaching Krishna. I'll be serving Radharani. I'll be reaching Radharani, and under her guidance, under her shelter, I'll get to see Krishna and serve Krishna. But suddenly, these 6, this gang of dacoits, they come and attack us. Headed by lust. Atah kena prayuktoyam papam charite purusha anichannapi varshnaya baladiva niyojita. Lust. Arjuna asks this question to Krishna. My lord, as somebody is, as somebody is forcing me to do, I do it, even though I don't want to do. What is that force? Is it Paramatma? Krishna says definitely not. What is the force? We are forced to do sometimes, whether we like it or not. Lust only, Arjuna. Kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samudbhava mahasano mahapapma vidhi ena iha vairinam. Lust impelled by rajogun. And when it is unfulfilled, it will turn into wrath. And this is the formidable enemy for anybody who is on the path of self-realization. So, curb this. Curb this enemy. How to curb this? Actually, I want everyone to please listen. And not that, I'm saved. I'm sharing with all of you the dangers. At the same time, I'm sharing with myself. That's it. Just because somebody is quoting the verses does not mean anything. Does not mean anything. In fact, real spirituality is not about which temple you go or which religion you identify. I mean, of course, Sanatana Dharma is the most bona fide, Dharma. Rest are all Prabhupada is rubber stamps. So, can everyone hear what I'm speaking? Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is the real spirituality is that which tells you all these things. Real spirituality is the one that which tells you curb the lust, curb the envy, curb the greed. That is not spirituality which tells you to increase your lust, increase your greed, increase your envy. Why I have taken, I want to focus on this is this is very important. The next verse which I already started, that's even subtle. This one, gross. Actually, this triggers subtle things. Actually, that's one reason. So, in yoga, what is that? Yama niyama. Actually, many people, America, there are so many yoga schools, and nobody tells about yama niyam. They are really strict rules. Really, really strict rules. People would run away from yoga actually if you tell this and start teaching asanas. If you tell them and then teach asanas, not even one person can come, including the teachers, including the big, big professors. But safely, what they do, they avoid it. They safely avoid it and they teach asana because your health will improve anyway. You'll be able to, you'll feel better in your mind, especially in the body. See the power of yoga. Ashtanga yoga. But we are even 2 levels higher, 1 level higher, Bhakti yoga. So, so close your eyes to the sense objects. Niyama niyama asana dharana asana pratyahara. Withdraw the senses from the sense objects. This one line, is it easy? Huh? Is it easy? We give all the reasons, we give all the excuses. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Like Ashtanga Yoga, 8 ways to elevate, 8 steps to elevate. Likewise, there are 8 steps Krishna gives to fall down. At any step, you can stop and make sure you don't fall down. Of course, after anger, it is dangerous. Ashtanga Yoga has 8 ways, 8 steps to climb, right? Likewise, fall down is also 8 steps. Krishna speaks in Gita. Dhyayata vishayan pumsaha sangastesho pajayate sanga sanjayate kamaha kama krodho bijayate. When we meditate on sense objects, dhyana, when we meditate on sense objects, attachment develops. First is meditation. Can you imagine this? Only this one verse, the $1 trillion advertising industry is dependent. They put all the billboards on the highways and the airports because they know as you keep on watching it, they'll be attached to it. Even though they're not interested, even though they have financial problems, even though nobody is in the family is agreeing to it, but if they continuously meditate, they will be attached to it. They'll continuously see, not meditate. I'm sorry. Eyes, deadly. So because the dhyan happens by seeing actually. Of course, you get the what do you call it? You get knowledge through the different senses. Ears, nose, of course. Yes, skin. Mouth, of course. So all the 5 senses you acquire knowledge, and they pull you down actually. So first is dhyana, dhyayata vishayan pumsaha. So when you meditate on sense objects, attachment develops. First is meditation, then the attachment. That attachment leads to stronger attachment, which is technical called lust, 3rd level. Sangat sanjayate kama. Kama krodho vijayate. When the lust is unfulfilled, it becomes wrath, anger. You want to attach more and more and more. I mean, you want the subject more and more and more. When in the early stages of meditation, on the sense object, that attachment, the desire to enjoy that object is like a thread. You can snap it. But as you start meditating more and more and more, this attachment becomes an iron rod. You can't even bend it. Sangha kama krodha vijayate. This is actually, no, this is what I want to speak. Please listen, please. When lust is fulfilled, when lust is not fulfilled, it become angry. It'll turn into anger. We become angry with those people who are obstructing our enjoyment. If you want, I can tell a story, otherwise we can skip it. You know, how many of you want to hear a story?
Please, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You might have heard this before, but there are two demons, Sunda and Upasunda. They're brothers, born to the same mother. And they pleased Brahma, and Brahma that, the death is, nobody should kill us. Death should be in our own hands. Fine. Brahma granted. They are brothers, and now on the top of it, they are good friends. On the top of it, their death is in their own hands. Means they can kill each other. Nobody can kill them. Imagine what type of friendship they'll develop naturally, because their death is in their hands. And they started giving trouble to devatas. Practically, they were conquering all the planets. Indra was so upset, went and told Brahma, you have given this boon, and these people are, they're mortals. They're deathless. Brahma said, don't worry. Brahma created a apsarasa called Tilottama, and a heavenly damsel, Apsara. Tilottama, and I'm just cutting in 1 minute. Tilottama went and met the first guy based on the plan. He was infatuated with lust. And she met the second guy. He was also infatuated with lust. So they both came. Brother, I am getting married. So Upasunda said, I am also getting married. I'll introduce you to your sister-in-law. I'll also introduce you to your sister-in-law. Who is that? She's the one. No. That is your sister-in-law. She's my wife. I met her first. No. That is your sister-in-law. I met her first. See the power of lust. Their death is in their only hands, in their hands. And their brothers. And their friends. But what happened? She was watching. They picked up the clubs, started fighting each other, and ran in the fit of an anger. They killed themselves. Brahma said, thank you very much, and your job is done. So, when lust is not fulfilled, it will turn into anger. Now, let us see what happens when the lust is fulfilled. And if we satisfy our lust, we develop greed. This is mine only. Nobody should touch it. This is mine only. Nobody should touch it. Intense greed for that. This is my property. But I want little more. I have right now only 2 millions. I want 1 more million. 1 more million. 1 more million. Somebody comes and gives, say, $10 donation. $1,000 donation, not $10. So you have $10 million. Why it's difficult to give it? No. This is mine only. Greed. When the lust is fulfilled, it turns into greed. When the lust is unfulfilled, it will turn into wrath. You're listening?
Yes, Professor.
So, for some reason, you're unable to fulfill your anger because other party is very big. Then you develop a fear of losing this object. You develop the fear of losing this object. Fear. Yeah. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. 3 are over. Third one is fear, of course. Fear is not part of the 6 enemies. Illusion. When these 3 things are there, lust, anger, and greed, these 3 things are there with you. Together, they will create an illusion for you. What is the illusion? I am the controller. I am the doer. This is my home. This is my spouse. These are my children. This is, what is that? This is my new car. I'll be happy. I am the happiest person in this world. You think like that at 9 o'clock, 9:15, you're miserable for something else. But still, ये छोड़ने का नहीं. Illusion. My daughter, like I said, what is that? Emperor of the world should come and marry, and my son, what is that? Probably the best model, not some superstar, cinema star should marry. I actually know one person told, if you have diabetes, you want to feed your children sweets and you want to enjoy through them actually, just by seeing them. Hare Krishna. Illusion, your extension of ego. Illusion. And moha is there, illusion is there, then comes what? Mada. Again, we are going to first verse. Pride. Tada dhammam hitva. So RaghunathDas Goswami started with that. Pride, you give it up. He started with the first verse, but again it is coming in the it's coming in the 5th verse. Sada dambam hitva. Matsara, envy. When these things are there, we develop fear also. Fear of losing. That will trigger. With all these things plus fear, will trigger envy. Even little bit others are better than us. Little bit. Envy. How when this world is possible? My Lord, why are you giving him results or her results? Why not me? Huh? Interesting, right? So that's how these 6 people. The worst thing is, of course, the worst thing is ignorance, because we don't know. We are seeing so many people in the world. We also may fairly, if you're in a movement for a long time, you'll have a fair idea. I'll also go. But this what is that? Anarthas. We may have an idea, we may read books, we may even take classes. But it does not mean. I mean, of course, when we share, when stay in the association of devotees, actually these are checked. Imagine guest comes, wife and husband, they don't quarrel in front of a guest. Right? Even same thing is true with the temple also. Likewise, when devotees are there, they don't surface, but they are there. As soon as they go, wow, wow. Interesting or not? I don't know. Are you thinking, yeah, I should not have come to Bhakti? And my life has been much better before that. Is anyone thinking like that? Huh? Who is laughing? Somebody's laughing.
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji.
No, that's good. We should laugh. Why not?
No, Prabhuji, because I was just trying to see. Every day we hear, every day you tell us, but still stuck there.
Okay, should I tell you one thing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm telling every day. I'm also taking so many classes ever since I joined full time. One day, my aunt, she asked me, "These are my early days of joining full time. What do you do?" I give classes. She passed away 2-3 years ago now. Very, very strict sadhaka. Amma, I'll tell you, these enemies are formidable. Do you know what? Can you see a rope on this? On the highway, there is a rope, and the 6 enemies are standing. The moment you cross them, less than a mile, you'll see Radha and Krishna. Means within no time. Means like the last thing. I mean, there are 2 more, of course. But sometimes there only we are stuck. We are so close. So close. It's true with me also. Not that I am Paramahamsa. That's why more than what great things you achieve, internal thorough purification. Pratyahara. Close your eyes to the sense objects. Let me go forward. There are 2 types of desires. One desire, they generate our mind. It's very easy to give them up. All the relationships. And, they're fallible soldiers. We should not entertain. Nobody will come with us. Nothing. So the desires generated by mind, we can curb. But then to generate desires generated by sense objects and senses and sense objects. Because mind has to work on them. But the desires from mind, the moment mind understands these are useless. Relationships, in India, not India actually, the whole world, most of the people, they live for others. Means, what are you doing? I'm a front office manager. Means what? So actually receptionist, but they can't tell. They don't want to tell that word. I am receptionist. Today, I'm a front office manager. Correct. So it's mental. It is mental. So desires generated by mind, they're actually more or less easy. The relationships and all. Just give it up. They're no use. They're of no use. But devotees, yes, they're worth. Because they value you for what you are, not what you have. Outsiders not like that. They value you for what you have. No, that type of relationship, zero. External relations and of course family. Family, of course. We are together, that's fine. But I'm talking about the external relations. Bhagavatam says, you should be aware, nobody will come with you. Nothing will come with you. So if you are connected to the family members with Krishna in the center, perfect. If you Krishna is a relationship, perfect. Otherwise, senses and sense objects, they're deadly. Saubhari meditated for 10,000 years, Hare Krishna. Saubhari, who has 8 mystic powers. Can you imagine? He was meditating on Krishna, now he's meditating on his sense enjoyment with his 50 wives. He did not know he was miserable. His Holiness Radhanath said once, he was miserable. But of course, eventually he realized because Maya cannot catch somebody who has approached Krishna even once sincerely. So this karma generates four anarthas. Listen very carefully. First one, karma generates sinful activities. Second one, karma generates pious activities. Third one, karma generates offenses. Fourth one, um, what is that? Even practicing bhakti, karma generates anarthas. Really, Hare Krishna. Because of these four anarthas, especially sinful activities and punya and papa, we have, if in our heart, if they are there, we are very sinful. And we have some piety. These two are there. We have attraction and aversion. No, I don't like. Here I don't like. She, I don't want to. How can she do this? 2006, you know what happened? It's an anartha. Now forget about what they have done, really done, that's a different thing. But we are harboring that attraction and I know we have attraction for somebody. That's what it's more told in next verse, right? Swanishta devotee, instead of serving Nirapaksha devotees, they serve people who are very rich or very famous. Hoping that they'll give something. Attraction and aversion, two sides of the same coin. And this will generate hunger and thirst and of course fear of death. This lust, it generates four anarthas, and especially because of sinful and pious deeds. Even pious deeds, you do a lot of charity, a lot of this, it will generate these things, fear of death. Then offenses, that is deadly. Offenses means we do what we want to do. We don't want to listen to the authority. We just do what we want to do. This means we have an offensive mentality. Even Guru comes in our way, we'll offend him also. Before offenses begin, we think other person ordinary. We consider other person ordinary. Or we think other person is neophyte, less advanced, I need to correct them. Hare Krishna. That is how the anartha kicks in actually. Honestly speaking, Maya has very little role on this. Who has role? We ourselves. Of course, Maya facilitates, no doubt. Then what happens? We even offend Guru. Then we develop familiarity with them, which we consider they're an ordinary, yeah, I know them. He's like this, she's like this. And when we are practicing bhakti, this anartha, the lust in bhakti, when we have lust in our heart, then what we do? We perform bhakti, but we want little name. We want little fame. We are fruitive. We are fruitive. Hare Krishna. And what is that? That's it, this continues. Bakabid. Take shelter. How to come out of this? They have just captured us, and they have, they put this rope, the noose around our neck, and they're choking us up. They're trying to kill us to death. Sometimes what happens? We become part of the gang. No, chodo, no, I'll join you. Great. Yeah, until we come to ISKCON, we're almost part of the gang only. So in your family, spouse and some relations, ISKCON. What is this nonsense? People are so primitive. Nowadays, everyone is drinking. These guys, you guys don't even drink coffee and tea. Two. Whatever person people you are. Hare Krishna. Freedom. What freedom? More and more you enjoy, more and more the nose becomes tighter. That people don't realize. These motivational speakers? Write your desires and meditate on it. First verse today, beginning we started Dhyayata Vishyan Pumsa. What is the motivational speaker telling? Every day meditate on it. You'll achieve it. If you don't do that, they will not come and see whether you achieved it or not. Then you are miserable because you have meditated so much on it. They're cheating you. Hare Krishna. Interesting or not? So anyway, so what is that? There is a verse, Mithyacharasya uchyate. Means even if you give up the sense enjoyment, the taste for the sense enjoyment remains. If you meditate on it, you are a pretender. For decades, actually, I thought, this verse doesn't belong to me. After reading this nowadays, I'm doubting. I hope I'm not a mithyachari, secretly I meditate, Mm. And we have so many things. Listen, the karma generates four anarthas, sinful activities, pious activities, and offenses and bhakti. Wow, four are there. So eating, why we like eating? So it starts with mother's breast milk. The baby wants love. Baby wants love. So that's where we continue. Then as we age out, we cannot get milk from the mother. Then we jump onto the food. Everyone eats more than needed, unless they're exceptionally sense control. Why? Because we want that. We want love and affection, warmth. So when it's not coming from everywhere, we try to jump on food and eat more. In fact, you're deriving love out of it actually. When RaghunathDas Goswami is not eating it, he's drinking only a few spoonfuls of buttermilk because he is directly deriving love from Radha and Krishna. Wow. He doesn't need it. He is getting nourishment to the body. And that's where we have to go from here. That's where we have to go from here. But now we are learning. So we take shelter of Krishna. We are our, there are nooses. These enemies, they have bound our necks. So they have, they put the noose around our neck. They're choking us up. Call out Bhakavad. Bhakavad means Krishna. Krishna. Cry out. Krishna's devotees. Krishna's devotees. Actually, they are telling cry out for Vaishnavas, not Krishna. But of course, Bhakavad means Baka means Baka, Bakasur. Killer of Bakasur, Krishna. Vatma Bhagani. Krishna's police gang. Krishna also has a group, police troop. Krishna's Bhakavad Vatma Bhagane. This who are the police troop of Krishna devotees? Arjuna, Pandavas, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and RaghunathDas Goswami, Goswamis, Ambarish Maharaj. Narada Muni, we should cry out, Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Ram ki jai. So, what is it? Bhakti Gyan Maharaj says, if Krishna may not come, and if you call Krishna, Krishna may not come. But if you call Krishna devotee, he will come to rescue you. So we should cry out, please come. Why it is called a Bakavid? The killer of Bakasur. Baka means heron, duck. Duck is pretension, pretend, cheater. Why it's considered with why Krishna killed Bakasur? We killed the cheating propensity of us. So this, what is that? Duck, what it does? Heron. It closes its eyes, meditating. Everyone thinks the body is a great meditator. Like this. Suddenly small fish comes up, eats. Again meditation. But the fish cannot tell others, hey, look, I was cheated by this guy, because he's already dead, swallowed. Yeah, secretly enjoying, but outside he's a meditator, sincere meditator. Interesting. So, cry out, take shelter of the devotees. Call Ambarish Maharaj, call Pritha Maharaj, call Pandavas, call Goswamis, help me. You can call Nityananda Prabhu, Guru Tattva, right? You can take his shelter. When there is a conditioning, we should not associate with the opposite sex, and we should not associate with some devotees who are, these men who are attached women. There it is said, even if you are associating opposite sex, you may not have attachment. But if you associate with the person who is attached to opposite sex, definitely you will be pulled into it. Because you think, why am I wasting my time? Likewise, if you associate with Krishna, you may not get. But if you associate with Krishna's devotees, you'll be influenced by them. Very interesting. Analogy. Right? So, why actually, why I have taken this one extra, these topics of, because the next verse is leading to subtle anartha. Shakno. So unless we address the grass, where is the room for subtle? Shaknoti heyo yashodam prak sarira vimokshnat kama krodod bhavam begam sayuktasya sukhinara. Before leaving the world, we should check the forces of lust, anger. We should check. Today's world, no, don't. Prabhupada came to America, was Prabhupada shocked. This 90-year-old men, young men, also not young men, I'm sorry. 90-year-old men, old men, they would go to nightclubs in the night. Prabhupada was shocked. That's the power of senses, there's power of mind. Body may not support, but the desire remains. Desires won't go with the body. In fact, when body ages out, the desires become strong and give us trouble. That's why a person who comes to Krishna conscious late, they cannot practice so strictly. But one thing is there. Every mantra we chant is an eternal credit. Every round we chant is an eternal credit. Every service we do is an eternal credit. Just one lifetime, be sincere. That's it. That's why Prabhupada is great. Prabhupada did not say, leave your family, go to Vrindavan and meditate. Prabhupada said, stay with your family. Don't change the situation. Add Krishna to the situation. That's it. Don't change the situation. Add Krishna to the situation. That's it. And practice to the best of your ability. Krishna is not a sadhana siddha. What sadhana can we do? But if you're sincere, this Malakar, Sudama. Krishna was going to the arena of Kamsa. Sudama gave just garland. Krishna gave him pure devil service. Same thing with Kubja. Kubja did not do anything. Sorry, Kubja just gave. She was attracted to the beauty of Krishna, and she gave him what is that? The chand and everything. The Lord Chaitanya is more magnanimous, actually, no. Lord Chaitanya came to do that, came to deliver all of us. We are so fortunate we have come to the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya is not Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not alone. Panchattva is there. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit. Lord Chaitanya came to deliver. Narsimha came to deliver Prahlad, right? Likewise, Lord Chaitanya came to deliver all of us. Namo Mahavadanyaya. He came to deliver all of us. So take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. Strictly. Take shelter of Krishna. Adharani. She's mother, she is very merciful. She doesn't find fault with us. We are very close. So don't worry about the anarthas. Just today's, it was very graphic, only to tell our precarious, condition that we are in actually. But mercy is Krishna's mercy is more powerful than this. Krishna can kill in 1 second and release us. But Krishna is watching. How valiantly we fight. That's it. So yes, and victory is not these 6 decades. We will be victorious, but how long will be under their shelter, under their captivity? Krishna is watching, and if we can call, and if we develop humility, Krishna will come today. 9-10 o'clock he'll come. I just want to end it. Thank you very much. So yes, take shelter of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. Take shelter of Radharani and take shelter of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees will become free from this 6 gang of thugs, dacoits. I can take one question, anyone has it? Otherwise, we'll
Yes,
end.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
So, Prabhuji, when we take shelter of the devotees, when we take shelter, like you mentioned, take shelter of Pandavas, take shelter of Goswamis, how do we take that shelter, Prabhuji? How should we?
Nice word. Thank you. Okay. Actually, one time Devarth Maharaj was doing class in India. I was there. So he said, he gave suggestion to brahmacharis. When you are attacked by lust, it happens when you are the devotees actually. Or when you're alone, it happens more. Then Maharaj said, fill your lungs with air and loudly call out, Nityananda! Continuously chant the Lord Chaitanya, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Jai Sri Krishna, loud. Believe me, you will get the result in less than 5 minutes. Sometimes the Maya is so powerful, you don't even remember that. That's a problem. Just hold the beats and chant sincerely 1 round. But of course, anarthas are there. Like, if you offenses we have done, then one lecture, RaghunathDas Goswami said that holy name, instead of protecting you, holy name will expose you to 3 modes. And the danger, offenses are dangerous in this. So like sometimes, and I'm sure you as a mother, I don't know, at least here in America, I don't know about India, the parents, they beat the children actually. My mother, definitely, she bet me, so parents, right? So likewise, Krishna's mercy comes by exposing us to 3 modes. Only in the case of offenses. But in the case of sinful and pious activities and bhakti, we have desires. We want name and fame. So as soon as we become free again, we will go to our nature. Sometimes Krishna waits. This guy is not changing. But if we consciously make an intent, I don't want this, my Lord, please, I want you only. I don't want chocolate, I don't want biscuit, I don't want that, I want this. I don't want this, I don't want iPhone, I want only you. Then Krishna will come. Next second, before Draupadi finished Govinda, Krishna was there and the sari was on her body. Draupadi doesn't need anybody but Krishna. So we should make a conscious endeavor like that. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We'll end it here. Dandavat, if I have spoken anything wrong, excuse me. We should all pray for ourselves. Pray to each one another. For the well-being. We'll end it. Dandavat, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai RaghunathDas Goswami ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.